Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your post-game talk following Kansas State's kind of disappointing 60-59 loss on Saturday at Texas Tech. Our Zach Carlson was on hand for the game. He'll have coverage from down in Lubbock. I'm here in the Cats and Dogs studio. K-State should have won this game. They started horribly. They got back into the game when Tyler Perry all of a sudden caught fire. K-State scored the last 20 points of that first half to take a 33-22 lead. They were trailing 22-13 with 7 minutes to go in the game, in the first half, And they found their game, and they took that 11-point lead. And you knew Tech, being at home, was going to come out with some renewed focus, and they did, and they cut the lead to single digits pretty quickly. But it was a lead K-State held on to until about the final minute, when Tech finally tied it up, and then K-State took a lead again, and a really odd non-traveling call. Joe Toussaint from Texas Tech appeared to travel twice in the lane, pretty blatantly, no call, and he made the basket and was given an and one. Tech took a 60-59 lead with 30 seconds remaining. K-State could take the final shot and totally botch that final possession. Let's get into that a little bit more right now. The final possession of the game was odd. K-State was, setting up to take that final shot, and all of a sudden there was a clock issue. And with 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock and 7.7 in the game, they had to reset the clock. K-State took the ball in from the sideline. I questioned the entire design and the concept. Tyler Perry had struggled in the second half. Cam Carter was clearly shooting the ball better, but Tyler Perry's come through in the clutch, and they gave him the ball, and he really didn't get a good shot at it, but you could see him as he drove to the basket, locate the clock to see how much time he had left, and what he saw was 7.7 seconds. The home court clock operator never started the clock. So K-State, as they were playing that final possession, literally didn't know what time was left in the game. Perry missed, and how do you not, after looking at the clock and seeing it's not moving, it got to throw you off. The refs went to the replay and declared the game over. It was a very strange ending. It was an odd ending, but with all that said, K-State turned the ball over 18 times. And when you do that on the road in the Big 12, no matter how good your defense is, and it was amazing, no matter how tough you played, and they clawed back into the game and held on to that lead until the officials kind of asserted their will, you can't turn the ball over that many times. You just can't. But still, what a strange ending. It was such a blatant travel call to ignore. He first adjusted both feet after coming to a jump stop, and then he adjusts both feet, one travel. And then he clearly has his right foot as his pivot foot. He just picks that up, steps through the lane, and takes a whole nother step, and there's a foul. Well, of course, there was a foul. The guy's walking across the lane, so you've got your defense set around him, and he just travels through it. It was very frustrating for K-State, but again, they put themselves in a position to lose, and they lost the game. Whether you want to blame the officials or Tech or whatever, I don't care. You lost the game. But what a frustrating way to lose the game. I come back to this. College basketball officiating is complete and utter horse crap. And until the NCAA does something to fix this, they're going to ruin their own game with stuff like this. And we've seen it happen in other games where blatant big calls are missed. They're just not getting enough good young officials into the pipeline to feed into being Big 12 officials. And we had at least one official who was involved on both of those late calls in his first Big 12 game. And he seemed to swallow a whistle right at the wrong time, and then he decided to make the dramatic call, which officials like to do, and won. Frustrating loss, but let's put it this way. K-State would have been 3-0 coming out of 2 road games in the conference. They would have been one of the lone unbeaten teams. Baylor wins Saturday night, they would be unbeaten too. Instead, they go home with a loss. They're now 2-1, but they play Baylor on Tuesday night and then Oklahoma State on Saturday inside Bramlage Coliseum. It's a great opportunity for K-State to get to 4-1, which would still mark a brilliant start for the Wildcats. And even 3-2 would be good because it kind of keeps you on that home court, trying to play enough wins to protect your home court. I don't see K-State losing either one of these games, but this conference is wacky, and Baylor's really good. We'll see what happens, but Bramlett should be rocking on Tuesday night. The students are back, and so should the Doom. We'll see. Another good performance by Tang's team in a really tough conference. Just wasn't good enough.